Hello, welcome. What is good, everybody? Tone here, and welcome back to part 2 of my first look at Inkbound. I had a lot of fun with this yesterday. I'm looking forward to continuing our run here and seeing how our build progresses. Yes, we will be resuming our run. We basically finished Act 1 last time, so we're moving on to Act 2 now. We just cleared the boss, that Rhino Inferno hybrid. So we were at the midpoint and we're about to choose our second act. Before I do begin, I wanted to talk about a few things real quick. One thing that I brought up in my overview last episode that got a few comments and some attention was the attention I drew to the microtransactions shop. And I had actually, that was like my reaction to that, just like trying the game for the first time and playing it. I did not realize that the broader community was having like that same discussion. This game actually has a 70% positive score on its Steam ratings right now. A lot of negative reactions and reviews in response to the microtransactions shop. So I think I wanted to clarify things. I want to make this very brief, and a lot of this isn't necessarily directly tied to Inkbound and how they implement this stuff, but just my feelings about this stuff more broadly and more generally. But yeah, this game does have a season pass and a cosmetic shop in it. And so a few things people are saying is like it's cosmetic only, you can ignore it, and that is fine. That's fair. Now, a lot of people can't ignore this stuff actually though. People with more addictive personalities and behaviors and such, and this stuff like directly preys on people who do have those issues, and that's one of the ethical concerns I have with any game that implements anything like this. Also, you'll notice while we're playing this game, I'm just getting like dozens of achievement pop-ups like while I'm playing about just arbitrary milestones I don't care about. You did this much damage, you killed this much of this enemy, you gained this many upgrades, and a lot of that I believe is tied into this season pass and getting these season points, which I don't care about. So it is detracting from my gameplay experience in that way. So there's a lot of stuff in there, a lot of fighting for my attention, to be pulled into areas that I don't care about. This game hasn't been egregious with it in my experience so far, so it's more of my general feelings for it overall, and just seeing it in this game is something that just made me think about it and wanted to talk about it. But another thing on that note is this is really the first game that's brought like a heavy microtransactions live model system into like my like real wheelhouse here, which is these like kind of smaller indie like roguelike, often like tactical games. And so yeah, it was a bit of a shock to see all that in so close to home for me. I expect it in games like Diablo 4, which is something I'm actually like into right now, and has like all that stuff. But to see it in this game was definitely like made me take a step back. So there's that, and I just wanted to. The cosmetic shop, you have abstracted currencies, which are just a way of making you feel like you're not spending your money. You have these reset every 24 hours or something, I think. Like these are all, yeah, store reset. So they're preying on your fear of missing out here with this stuff. And then also the quantities you can buy this stuff in, 300, 1000. They do the thing where there's a lot of 300 here, which is actually good, but 450 and 700 are very common amounts here. Not in today's shop, it looks like, where that does the thing where you need to buy up to the next tier, and then you have some left over, and then that makes you more likely to buy more, so you could spend that. This is at 1250. So when you're buying in increments of 300, you can only get to 1200 or 1500, or you can buy the 1000, and then you're left with 250 left. The 250 can't buy any of these 300s. It's clearly designed for you to not be able to buy this stuff cleanly and to want to have stuff left over and then be encouraged to spend more to buy that. And I just think that part of it is manipulative and unethical, and that part I really am kind of disgusted by. So I just wanted to draw attention to that, I guess. And something else that's really interesting that Athros showed me, because we had a bit of a discussion about this on my Discord yesterday as well. So I was just musing about it. Last Epoch actually just dealt with this last week. They released their cosmetic shop. It's a growing in popularity ARPG that's in early access. And is working on a model very similar to this, where you pay for the game and then you buy cosmetics to support a bit of a live service model and ongoing development there. And I guess they just released their cosmetic shop. I did not read like how it was implemented and how people reacted, but I guess a day later they made an announcement that they were taking people's feedback, and they had similar issues to that, and they made it so that you buy their abstracted currencies in increments of like 50 or 100, and every single item in the shop is in increments of 50. So if you don't want any, you can never have leftover currency. And another thing about the abstracted currencies, even though they do have a bit of a psychological kind of effect where they exploit your thinking that you're not spending money, you're spending something else. They do have practical applications, so I think that I accept them in a lot of games like this, because you can get this currency through in-game stuff. So that's not as bad as some of the other stuff, but because it has a practical use as well. But I will leave it there, I guess. I just wanted to touch on that, and then just because it actually was a much bigger part of the discourse than I realized when I had brought it up, because I had not seen what other people were saying about the game when I brought that up. And I also got a few comments about it. So I will leave that there. There's one other big discussion point I've been seeing that we will take a look at and discuss once I get into the actual gameplay here. But thank you for giving me the time to just mention that. And before we do get into the game, if you want to support something with an honest supporting model, I do free content like this, and you can support me over on Patreon, over at patreon.com/tonehack. So feel free to check that out. You can check that out in the link below. Just joking with that transition there, but I do that plug every episode, so there it is today. And actually, if you have more thoughts on that, like I'm trying to figure out my feelings on this stuff as well. But that is kind of where I stand on it. So if you guys have thoughts on that, I would love to hear more about it, because I can maybe change my view on things. I'm very open to seeing arguments from all sides here. So you can leave comments in this video, or join us on Discord is a really good place to have those kind of discussions as well. You can find links to that below. All right, well, let's see what we got going on here in Act 2. It looks like I got some story progression here. We got some characters here. You meet these in like the prologue, I think.
Needless! We've waited so long for you. While you've been off saving the world, we've been making a list of things for you to do.
You know these guys are important because they have voice actors.
Yes, it's all very exciting, but we really can't understate the importance of these tasks.
Meet some, defeat others. Just follow these tasks, and you'll be on your way.
I think this is a legendary. See, it's got like a gold border vestige for us to use. And that is pretty freaking strong. Reduce all cooldowns by 1 and +5 magic power.
To what, though? We don't really know.
If you truly are something to the ink, these should be of little effort to you, Needless, and perhaps some purpose may make itself.
What quest did they just give me? Saw the reward. I didn't notice what the quest was. Oh, did we finish the quest? Actually missed something there. Oh, I did not realize this. You get 15 hit points between acts. That is huge. We were missing 8, so that tops us off. There's also Font of Wisdom here. And Scribe of Power. I think the crit chance is easy here. I could reroll. I want to save that resource. I think we could reroll like Binding Ascensions later. I don't think it matters where we go here. I don't think I have any meta progression quest things going on in any of these areas. I don't think I've seen the market yet, so I'm gonna go check this out. Kind of cool that you get to pick between 3 like biomes or areas to go into. Oh, I actually have seen this, I think. What does this guy have to say?
A once vibrant market serving binders throughout the ages, now reduced to rubble and ruin. The feats of the Athenium are plain to see, grand in design, but vain in construct.
I don't think I have been to this one. I think this was like the base biome type for the like boss act, which feels like unique compared to when you get it in these first 2 acts. If we survive this, we'll get to see that. Let's see, we can get Quillings or a Superior Vault. I think Superior gives us these green items. I'm interested in the Quillings, I think. I don't think we've been to a shop yet. And we've been using our Quillings. They've been pretty good value for us. So if we can stack the Quillings. We did just get our upgrade on our Smash binding here. And now it is Mine. So I'm curious how many Quillings this gives us. If we attack an enemy twice, it gives us these Quillings. And we gave it this epic upgrade where it also gives us... we can use it for free 3 times, essentially. Something even cooler about that is that might give us 3 little micro movements as we go on. But let's begin this first combat here in this biome. What do we have here? Enemies are definitely tankier here. 1400, 350. What do these guys do? Phasing at the start of turn. They dodge the first attack made against it, but afterwards they take additional damage, 25% more. Cool, cool, cool. And we have consumables, and I should use these if I feel the need to. So we have 2 enemies spawning next turn. Taking a break from our last session, I don't really remember how good our damage output was, so I guess I'll have to see how this stuff goes. Oh yeah, we have this stealth. That's going to be quite strong here. Because that is, what, double damage essentially? Yeah. Alright, do I want to use any of these? 25% crit chance, inflict poison. These feel almost too strong to use. This is like a rare consumable. Do I think I'll get a potion better than this if I use this? Lost at end of these fish over the potions last all combat instead of all turn. I'm gonna say both of those. Feels like I'm hoarding my consumables a bit, but those are actually like way stronger than the ones that drop most commonly. Okay, how do we want to play out this turn then? This is gonna crit when we use it. I actually kind of like the idea of building up some heat first. Even though we're gonna use up a stealth charge. Can I hit everyone with this? Indeed I can. I think I'm gonna do that. Oh, that only gave me 1 heat. I thought that would give me 4 heat because I hit 4 enemies with it. Oh, 3 of them were phasing though. Okay. I think it's good that we got rid of their phasing anyways, but yeah, that didn't build up my heat as much as I would have liked. But to clear the phasing on 3 of these in 1 hit is also pretty valuable. It also poisoned them. So I only got 1 heat out of that. I think we just like stomp these dudes. And then I can actually pick up the power orb. I'm pretty close to it. I have 1 more stealth left. Okay, I was afraid that would make me move into it and use 1 more movement point, which it sometimes does. And that's one thing that I don't... I think is a little weird with how the game works. I hope they fix so moving to a power orb, like it's very clear whether you're going to use an extra movement point or not. These guys are all just doing damage in a node, so I can actually like take 0 damage this turn just by stepping outside. And pay attention to that, because that's the other discussion point that I wanted to bring up. This guy has a lot of health. I feel like I should use my last stealth pip beating on this guy. These guys dodge an attack, not damage. Dude, these guys are both gonna just instantly die to the damage here. I can avoid their damage. Okay, so I only have to really worry about this guy. I'm actually just going to jump out of here. Oh, I forgot I could use mine for free too. That's how I should have farmed. I got like 8 Quillings there. It's not very much, but that's going to add up over time because it's kind of at no cost except for the opportunity cost that we didn't take the other Ascension option that I wish I would have taken actually in hindsight because I didn't understand how this worked. But since we're going to be using mine all the time, that works pretty well. Okay, so this guy's actually going to die as well. Actually, I shouldn't even have used my cooldown on this, because I did not need that to kill this guy. Oh, they did not actually die. That's actually really annoying because now they're all phased. I thought it said they were going to take 431 damage. I think it was counting this 140, which is annoying. I guess I should have actually mathed that out myself. I thought I had some modifier. I just saw the 430 damage or whatever and assumed they were going to take that damage. So that is unfortunate. I can kill all these guys very easily just because they're all stacked up. Okay, so this is a good example of the other discussion point. I saw a lot with people talking about this game and reviews on the Steam forum, on their Discord. I was just looking around a bit yesterday. So this guy is doing 4 damage. It'll do that no matter where I am. So the only way to not take that damage is to kill this guy. Or I don't know if this game has like stuns or anything, but or we could like try to generate shield to not take that damage. Whereas these guys, I can just step here. There's probably a position where I can use like 1 movement point and not have to worry about them at all. So people are like really upset about this, like what they're calling unavoidable damage. Ooh, that was a mistake. I did not mean to do that. Oh well. Another thing, I do kind of wish this game had an undo button. So many other games have that these days, and it's so convenient, and this game could really benefit from that. I know that's a tough thing to just add at this stage in a game, but I think more games should consider that as a design goal from the start, is having an undo button when you're turn-based. Anyways, yeah, this unavoidable damage. People are like really upset about this, and part of this is in earlier versions of this game and like some of the closed builds and stuff. Nothing had this style of damage that was unavoidable. They all had a area, and I actually played one of those builds, and I played the game for about an hour, and I was so excited about the game and I liked so much about it. The combat sucked, in my opinion, because every fight I could just go walk over here and not have to worry about damage at all. It was very boring. The strategies to like how you played them was very easy because the first thing you did every turn was just walk outside so you're not taking any damage, and then you use the rest of your resources to clear the field. It was... I didn't like it at all, and I was very excited when I tried the early access release version here and noticed that they changed that a lot. They did 2 things. Is they did make it so you couldn't avoid the damage as easily or at all in this case. By the way, you can actually kill these enemies and you don't take the damage, so I don't know how that plays out on higher levels, but there are like ways to prioritize like not taking that damage by like working ahead to make sure you can kill the enemies that are going to do it in some cases. And when you get to the bosses and stuff, like if we make it to the boss of this, there's going to be cases where we can't do that. But also the movement system changed to make it a lot more costly to like try and move out of some of these things. So I was actually like stoked that they did that, because I think when you have unavoidable damage in a game like this, it makes the decisions so much more like meaningful and interesting to me, because it's not, I just walk over here and now what can I do with the rest of my points? Now that I'm completely safe and I'm not taking damage. It's, okay, I'm taking damage from these sources. Do I want to kill this source and take damage from these guys? Do I want to move out of their range and then have to deal with this guy? Do I want to like build around like some kind of shields? Do I want to take abilities that counterattack enemies when I take damage? There's like so many, like, it's just so much more interesting to me. So I think this is fine. It's just interesting, extremely interesting to me on like a player psychology level, that taking damage like that seems like very upsetting to a lot of people and like is a huge turnoff. Because you can kind of design games where you have the same effect, but people don't see like their health bar going down. It just gives you like other penalties or such. And then players don't have that same reaction even if all else is equal. It's just kind of like the presentation of it, like being your health bar. So I saw that a lot, and my take on it is, oh my god, if they go back to the other version, I probably would not play this game again. I did not like it at all. It was just, the strategy for every combat was just easy. You just avoided the damage, and then you dealt your own damage. In this, I have to decide between killing things, taking damage, how I want to take that damage. I find this so much more interesting so far. Now, maybe as I get into higher difficulties, later levels, whatever, I'm like, wow, this is like overtuned. But definitely at like a base level, and like definitely like right now, I think this game is way better than it used to be, with that being a factor. All right, with that in mind, how do we avoid this damage? I have 6 will here. How did I get that? I got it from this. So I guess this does proc before this this one activates, which is good. And I don't know if that's the ordering on my belt here, or if that's just how these work, but I really love it. I think a good rule of thumb for game design too, while we're on the topic, is when you have like interactions that it's not clear what order things will be in, like make it favorable to the player. It makes players more likely to experiment with things because they don't think they're getting punished for taking like risks to like figure out how the game works. And it also just feels better as a player, and it gives it more options. So very good to see that I get my will and then it adds this, if that is the case. Let's see, so how do we want to deal with this turn? I was wondering if hitting these guys with mine on their phase would count as mining them once, and then I'd get a second one afterwards. I don't think that's how that will work. But these guys will be pretty easy to kill, and then I need to deal with this guy somehow. And I accidentally picked up my thingy already. I hit everyone with this, which is pretty nice. That removes the phase on all these guys. It hits this guy. It builds up. I guess it'll only give me 1 heat. I kind of like that. That costs 1. I can just mine the heck out of this guy, and he's going to die. I feel pretty confident. I don't have to think this turn out too much. So we will mine you. I think when they're mined, it means I can't do that on them again. Actually, how do I kill you, though? I guess I'm gonna have to use my leaping strike on you. Oh, perfect. I can leap here. Hit both of you. That is beautiful. I do have to mine you one more time, I guess. I will do... well, it's stepping out of the acid pool. These aren't as obvious as I feel like they should be sometimes. These purple acid pools. I wonder if I should have set... oh, this guy... no, you're phasing. You will be phasing. Is that the same symbol as the mind thing? Maybe it's not. Oh, these guys are actually kind of hard to hit because of that acid pool. This is critting now. Those guys were going to die anyways. Come to think of it. Because they had poison. Do I just hit this guy? Or do I save my... oh yeah, you're going to phase. You're going to be annoying. I'll just kill you now. I was considering saving my crit there. Well, we cleared the field. There's just one guy here, so this should be like spectacularly Easy. Except I shouldn't have done it in that order. Yeah, these are the same symbol. We'll just bonk the heck out of that guy. We got the disintegration oil, which is pretty good, but I'm going to hold on to these because I think they're pretty awesome. In particular, I think these are pretty good versus like bosses and like very hard encounters, which are the ones that I'm most concerned about. If a lot of the regular combats we're getting into are like the one we just had, like I definitely did not need a consumable there. We can take crit damage or magic power. We do have more abilities now that are affected by magic power. We're applying frostbite, we're applying poison, we got burn. Magic power is what type of damage all those DOT effects are, even if it's not our primary. So this could be a little better, but I'm kind of in on the crits. We don't have a lot of crit chance yet. I know we already passed up upgrades to like make this add crit chance. Like I think we could really build around crits here. So I'm gonna take the crit damage. We get an uncommon augment. The extracting bonk on hitting 10% chance to spawn an orb. And we get 3 free hits, and we also get a 25% chance to spawn an orb when we hit someone twice. This is way more intriguing now that we have 3 free hits. And stacking that with our other chance to spawn an orb, maybe this spawns a lot of orbs. Getting -1 cooldown on 4 cooldown abilities is not nearly as impactful as like when we got -1 cooldown on this 2-turn cooldown ability. I wouldn't mind getting like quicken smash because their smash is actually pretty solid, but I think the extracting bonk is really intriguing. We can also re-roll here, but I think I want to play into this. So we can go to the shop now if we wanted to. I don't think we need extra power from the shop. I have enough money to buy some good stuff, but I think I want to save my money for another shop or something. I think I'm still trying to figure out the structure for the map and areas in this game. There was a shop before the boss that might have been guaranteed, and I feel like it might be the only shop that you see in a run that has like a legendary thing in it, and that costs 400. So I feel like I want to have enough to buy one of those legendary vestige if I can, over just the normal stuff. If you have a lot of money, you can go in here and buy like a lot of good vestiges though, because I think that's what they sell in there are the vestiges. I think there's always like an uncommon, a green, or a common, an uncommon, and then a rare, which is the blue one. And you can re-roll them for like 50 or 75. And I think the rares cost like 250, so you can go in there if you have like 600-700 quillings and like just fill up your bar. It can be pretty powerful if you get a lot of quillings and go in there, especially early on. I'm going to skip this for now probably. What do we have here? Free binding augment and the capability to purchase another. I like this a lot. Now that we have our binding bar filled out, we can just really make our things more more powerful as we go into the end game here. And we have a rift in the story creates an opportunity for you to make a powerful choice. I don't remember what this is. Is this a story event or does this give me an ascension? I'm kind of feeling the binding empowerment here. Although I should, if we have the opportunity, I should go check out that other one just to see what it does. So we can get an uncommon augment and a rare. I'm going to go for the rare first in case we can get something really good for our mine here, which is on its last thing. Wow. Inflict shatter. Receive plus 30% incoming physical damage. Now, I feel like we would rather put something on that. Like, shatter only matters once. It doesn't stack, is my understanding. So if we had something else, like where this like inflicted like extra burn stacks or something, like that's more valuable with how often we can use this every turn. We can also use this on different enemies, so we can put shatter on anyone we're attacking. We are incentivized to use this at least twice on most enemies because of the mining aspect of it all. That is I feel like there's probably better stuff for mine, but that's not bad. 30% increased physical damage. And is this a separate multiplier to when we get like 10% damage from our physical power? Like if this is 10, is my mind going from 35 to 70 damage and then 30% on top of the 70? Or does that basically the same as having 13 physical power? The way this is a status effect, I feel like this is a separate modifier, which could be, or like a separate multiplier, which could be very powerful because it compounds on this. I'm really interested in grabbing this. Getting more damage out of Mighty Frost, this is plus 75. It's pretty good, especially when we can open with stealth to do double on that. So this would be doing 95 damage base and then like nearly 200 damage with our stealth action. Even more damage when our Liar's Dice procs. Mighty Frost becomes a quite powerful damaging ability, which I like a lot with that. Now, this starts like stacking when we get like burn stacks built up. That's very good as well. I'm not too into the poison stacks, honestly. This will probably be really good against bosses, but I am torn between these two. Mighty Frost might be the better one. I don't think I want to use a reroll here. Now, Mighty Frost is also only every like 2-3 turns we can use that. I don't really care about the Frostbite that much. I kind of just like the AoE on it and then the flat damage. You already get that out of Leaping Strike. Let's take the Shattering Bonk. I want to see how that plays out. Dude, see all these objectives? Remember I was talking about this stuff before? I don't want to see any of that. I won't belabor the point though. What do we have here? The Mega Smash. Double the damage on our smash. This becomes really strong with our stealth. This becomes very strong with all our stacking damage modifiers from our ability power that we gain from like Liar's Dice, from building up heat stacks. Having a high base damage seems pretty powerful. This could be pretty good when we add the 30% incoming physical damage. This thing can be hitting for a lot. It has a 4-turn cooldown. It adds a bunch of burn stacks as well. Makes it probably pretty good for like going into like a boss like we're going to be doing at some point here. Compared to Quicken Frost, which would be good if I just took that other thing, but at this point, Frost actually isn't amazing. Let's go with the Mega Smash. Could also re-roll. At this point, we're only upgrading Smash, Poison Vapor, and Cone of Frost, though, which these are kind of our low-use abilities. They're not only slow, but they're not very powerful right now compared to the ones that we've really invested in here with Mine and Leaping Strike. Let's just grab the Mega Smash. I see no reason not to take the hard combat encounter. It gives us a higher tier augment and a higher tier vault, or heroic vault. Alright, what do we got here? Look at all this unavoidable damage. Low damage though, it's only 2 from each of these guys, and these guys only have 90 health. I almost kill with 1 mine. I will kill those with 1 mine once I get a stack of heat here. Right now I'm getting powered up by my ability power. Oh, I think that's counting my stealth damage as well though. Maybe? Yeah, look at my smash right now, doing 600 damage to a single enemy. What do you do? On turn start, the nearest enemy gains 50% of their HP as shield. Max HP as shield. That is strong. You're also doing 5 damage to me. Got another one of these pots. So right now, I could trade damage for... I could trade my health for more quillings by not attacking these guys and focusing on this money pot that drops money when we damage it. I think that is an interesting strategy. If these guys just had attack ranges, I could just go attack this guy and then walk outside everyone's attack range. Does that actually kill? I guess because this is critting right now. And then, okay, so I don't think stealth is factored into this number. Hard to tell because I have so like high damage bonuses already. Killing 3 guys with this feels pretty good. I can move and hit all these 4 with it probably. No, not quite. It's doing over 100 damage to this guy, so yeah, it seems like it's, Oh, the crit damage is the one that's not factored in here. I forgot about that. It doesn't tell you what the crit damage is. I don't want to play this. I think opening with the Cone of Frost feels pretty good here. Actually, poison does not kill his... I could hit everyone with poison, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 targets. They'll give me 7 heat right away. Alright, I gotta do this. Look at that, we just got plus 70 damage on everything. Yeah, this is, that was very good. Now this will kill the bats even when I'm not stealthing. Wait, no, they have 1 more health. This does 64 damage. That's factoring the stealth. My crit damage is actually higher than my stealth damage. It's plus 155%. Hang on, so this says deal 112 damage. How much health do you have? 1475. Oh, that's showing exactly the 112. Oh, but you're not critting. So 64. Yeah, so that's adding in the crit damage after the fact. That's another thing with the UI in this. It should show you the crit damage better. So this is going to drop down to 32 damage, but then I'm going to do more than double that with crit. Which will be, that'll be enough to kill these bats. So I'm going to save this, I think. And I'm going to use my stealth charges to kill some other stuff. This thing, I think, has to die. This thing's almost going to die. Same thing as like last fight, except poison's going to do 300 damage. They're going to have a little bit of health left, and then they're going to get phasing, which is annoying. Alright, I want to take this off the table. We're going to use a Cone of Frost on either these 3 bats or these 3 guys. I'm going to find a way to kill these 2 bats with mine, probably, and then whack the pot. So how do I want to kill you? How much damage does my... Probably do it with a jump. But I can't hit these 2 with that. I think I'll probably leap over here. Doesn't quite kill you. I need to do that after building up 1 more stack of heat. Maybe I leap here first? I can pick up the power orb. This is really interesting. So I essentially have 4, if I assume I'm going to grab the power orb, 4 will to spend. I could get more from using mine. I can leap here, then leap here, then smash you. No, you'll be dead from the second leap. What if I leap here, smash this, and then leap here? That leaves 3 bats alive. I still have... How many free mines do I have left? I haven't used any, right? So I can use 3 mines. So if I leap here... Probably mine these 2 guys. I feel like taking 2 damage to do a ton of damage to this jar would be worth it. Alright, I'm gonna wing it a bit. I forgot about the Cone of Frost. Can I fit that in? Maybe I just use mine on this guy. If I mine out an orb, then that means I'll be able to use smash on this guy as well. That seems pretty good. Should I leap here and then down here? No, I have to pick this up to get my second leap. Alright, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna try and stay as close top as possible. Am I in range? Those guys? No. So we're just gonna start mining you. How much did that give me for mine? I didn't notice. Okay, so I did not get any free orbs. Oh, I made a mistake. While I was mining, I should have been inching back here, because I bet you I could have hit all of these with Cone of Frost by now, while staying in mining range from this guy. Yeah, whoops. I could have gotten everything I wanted, I think. That's too bad. Can I smash this guy? I honestly don't need to. He's probably gonna die next turn pretty easily. We do have a lot of guys being summoned. So if I smash you, I pick this up, I have 1 willpower to spend. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I think I'm just going to grab this and focus on the rest of the guys now. There's no combination for using that, right? Before I pick this up. Okay, so we'll do that. Oh, shoot. Oh, I lost my stealth bonus doing that. Okay. Well, I have made a massive misplay. Dude, that leaves you with 1 health? Oh no. What does that kill you, but this doesn't? Oh, because I'm critting with Cone of Frost. Oh no, I've made a big mistake. Okay. How do we want to deal with this? I actually like being put in situations like this. It'll be fun to figure out. I forgot we lost our stealth bonus. So we're going to be taking some damage here, just because I made a mistake. We're going to take a lot of damage for this mistake. This will be costly. Fortunate is I really need to hit you with this, but I guess if I was far enough where I could hit you and a bat, I don't think that would work. So I probably want to do something like this. Can't hit you in the jar. Something like this. Try to get closer to these bats. I hit 2 bats. Oh my god, it's so close. That's really too bad. I would have saved like 2 more damage. I'm only taking 1 damage this turn, so I guess I can't complain about it. I forgot we generate shield when we generate 5 heat on our turn. So we actually could have ignored one of these bats from the start as well. Alright. What are we working with here? We have a lot more guys spawning next turn. More of these bats. We got you again. One of these guys. I'm standing near a power orb. I usually like to leap onto the power orb and then leap somewhere else. I think I will still do that. Is leaping on this guy worth it? Not really. Can I work my way over here with some mines and then leap over here to grab this and then leap back? I feel like that sounds like it would be pretty strong. Oops. Am I at a point where I can hit two guys at once yet? No. I definitely want to mine you anyways. Oh look, I'm generating power orbs. This is actually getting insane. I got one for my first hit and one for my second hit there. The second hit has the second 25% chance. Okay, this is actually going to be insane. Oh my god, on Leaping Strike, I can leap every time I grab one of these. Do that. I was just doing this to try and generate another power orb. It says on hitting 10% chance to spawn an orb, which means if I hit multiple enemies, there should be more chances, which is kind of crazy. Alright, well that's all my free bonks. Now I think we do something like this. I can't smash the jar from here, right? I probably won't need to. And I'm gonna... Cannot leap on both of these guys. Can I leap on these guys? I can. Does one bonk kill you? No, but one bonk extracts another orb from you. Yeah, I don't think I need all of my power, so I'm gonna do that. Or, I was gonna say extracts another more money from you. And also gives me the chance to extract another orb. So, that's something. I should actually be killing you guys with bonk now. If I don't need to move or the damage from Leaping Strike. Because bonk gives me more chances to generate orbs. Oh my god, look at all the orbs. I was a little bummed out that we didn't get orbs last turn. We were really trying to build around it, but this is playing out well. I actually kind of like the fact that it takes me 2 bonks to kill this guy. You die at the start of next turn, but you also run at the start of next turn, so I probably want to actually kill you. I'm going to spend a movement point here just because it doesn't matter. Power orb. It spawned another one. These persist between turns too, so I actually could have saved a lot of those. Having these all over the battlefield is kind of nuts. Alright, this new version of mine that we got is really growing on me now. Okay, we have 2 guys with easily avoidable damage. We don't have one of those defensive guys that apply shield anymore. So I think we just gotta maximize bonks this time around. I don't have anyone in bonk range right now. Probably don't have enough energy to get too crazy with bonks, but maybe we just start and see if I do. Because I want to maximize my quillings now, I think. But maybe it would make sense to kill, like, one of these guys. Grab that, and now you're in bonk range. That one gave me 10 quillings. I don't want to kill you, I want to bonk you. Maybe I just walk over here. Oh my god, that spawned 2 orbs. This is kind of nuts. This does 172. If I can do this and still get my 2 bonks in. Actually, I don't even care about hitting you again, because you're not hurting me this turn. Oh, I'm gonna need that orb. I don't think I'm in range. That's too bad. Oh, I am. Heck yeah. More quillings. Cool. This is excellent. Oh, that's good to know. Those guys leave these blight trails. Oh, do they always do that? That's what was causing those before. That's really good to know. I wish it telegraphed that somehow. That's like really useful information. Okay, well I just see like fantastic bonk opportunities over here. This pool is here. Need to watch out for that. Let's do this. I don't actually want to kill these guys. I don't want to kill the bats. That quest complete was the one... Wait, no, it's not. We needed 25,000 damage. I don't know why that said that. Okay, I thought I might be able to hit both bats at once, but that's fine. We don't need to. All of these up. I'll bonk you and get my extra quillings. Interesting. Alright, well, some of the strategy for farming the quillings is a little tedious, but overall, pretty sick. Alright, we gotta pick a rare augment and a heroic vault. Let's check out the vault first. These are the highest tier augment vestiges we've seen so far. So we have the Scalding Half Charm. On hitting enemies for the first time each turn, inflict 3 stacks of burn. So basically every enemy every turn gets 3 burn. It also does +4 burn damage. So now my base burn damage is 14 instead of 10. It's pretty significant. The Golden Egg, on being hit, gain a small amount of quillings, 10 times per combat. I don't think our build likes to get hit. Frostfire Ember. On hitting an enemy inflicted with Frostbite, inflict 2 stacks of burn. I think I like this quite a bit, because we can put 4 stacks of Frostbite on someone, and that ends up being 8 stacks of burn. And it still gives us +3. Rerolling, this could be quite good. How much do I want to rely on stacking burn through Frostfire Ember? Currently only using Frostbite every 4 turns. I want to reroll this. Alright, on hitting an enemy inflicted with Frostbite, inflict Daze. Daze means minus 30% damage, lost at end of turn. And it's also plus Frostbite damage, which isn't that meaningful. It's 25 to 30 damage for us. I kind of like this. Minus 30% damage could be very good against a boss. Although we're likely to blow through all of the frostbite charges in one turn, because they just go away once they get hit. So it's not like I'm going to hit them once per turn. I'm probably going to hit a boss like a bunch of times in a turn. So this just is dazed for like 1 turn per enemy when I use Cone of Frost, which isn't incredible. This has plus HP on it. What does this do? On combat end, this vestige gains 1 ability power. If you have full HP, it gains an additional 1 ability power. Ooh, this is scaling between combat? It's kind of incredible, but it's a little late for us to take it. This would be absolutely nuts if we found this earlier. I'm actually not a huge fan of design like that. It's like... I do like how if you get this early, like you play to like always have max hit points, which is a lot different than how you would play this game normally. But also, it's weird just like how differently valued this is at different stages of the game. I think it's a little weird for me. Counselor's Ledger. On your turn, the first binding you use gets a 2-cost discount. We don't really have expensive bindings. I'm gonna reroll again. Golding Sails again. The Blooming Oon. On your turn, smite enemies inflicted with burn or frostbite. Smite is 50 magic damage. These are also bad. Do I just take the ability power and milk it for what we can? I feel like there's only like 1 or 2 combats left for the boss and we're already down hit points. That also breaks our free will we get from Parsimonious Power Source, which is probably even more valuable than that. This would do that as well. This would pair really well with the Golden Sails if you had both. Okay, I'm rerolling one more time. I think we're in like a sunk cost fallacy thing here. But now I'm at the point where I'm just going to take anything that gives me any value. And I felt all of those previous ones were pretty bad for us. I kind of wish I just took one of the burning damage ones on the first page. Or this. It sucks that when I was like, okay, I'm not spending any more rerolls, we actually had like the worst set for me. On consuming an item in combat, this vestige gains 2 ability power. That doesn't say lost that turn. This is actually insane. Does this build up through combats? I think it does. When defeating an enemy inflicted with burn, this vestige gains 1 burn. 1 burn damage. Huh. Okay, so there are a lot of these relics or vestiges that build up throughout your whole run. That's a very common theme here. I didn't realize. We don't actually cause a lot of burn right now. We can consume items, but I'm thinking about saving these for the boss. I guess I'm just taking the ledger. Here's another rare potion. Left click to gain 20 shield and 10 spike. That actually feels pretty good. I can block 20 shield in a turn. That's a lot of extra health. This is crit chance. Dude, 25 crit chance for a whole combat though? And inflict 10 stacks of poison on crit. Also, we're getting lots of attacks through like our mine. Costing 0 well and generating so much. I think this is hard to pass up. What about Unstable Brew? 15 ability power until end of turn. On next turn, lose 15. So this is 150% extra damage for a turn. Versus, what is this? This might be better than that. Even though this is really good. Especially if we use this on turn 1. Where I'm getting stealth attacks in. Ten spikes means we do 100 physical damage back to attackers. That'll be buffed by my heat, I believe. So it could be like 200 damage back to stuff. I'm gonna keep what I got, but that looks like a very good item. Augment a binding. On turn start, full cost discount. Or 10 extra stacks of poison. I'll take a free frost use. I'll use it much more often with that. I'm taking the 6 crit chance. Gain a powerful new binding or ascend one if your bar is full. Okay, that's the ascend one. So the other thing, the Sea of Ink that I passed up before, was something different. Smash. We can upgrade it to Tantrum. Deal 370 damage to a single enemy on defeating an enemy. 1 cost discount and reset cooldown to 0. Oh wow. But the cost went up. 3 is too expensive for me to care about this, even though this chain is kind of interesting. Sometimes you can use this more than once per turn, but it costs 2 every time. I guess that makes it more damage, reset cooldown. It basically has the same cost as before, except for the first time you use it. This is just too costly. It doesn't fit in the economy of what I'm doing, I feel like. We have Demolish. Deal 370 damage to a single enemy. On hitting, drop a moderate amount of quillings. On defeating an enemy, drop even more quillings. I don't like either of these. I'm going to reroll. Poison Vapor. Deal 10 damage, so we have a larger area for Poison Vapor, which I like because this is a really good way to proc heat stacks at the start of a combat. Inflict Toxic. On defeat, inflict stacks of poison to nearby enemies. Interesting. This one changes Poison Dart. It's a single target. Double their stacks of poison. That is incredibly strong, except I can only use this every 4 turns. You need other poison or a lower cooldown on this. I'm just going to take the large area one here. Disintegration Oil again. Study. I haven't seen that before. Forgotten Power for you to harness. I don't know what that is. Is that a... is that like one of the things that just buff this? I'm not sure. Go to the shop. I have a lot of money now. Shop could be pretty good. Oh, I want to see what the study is all about. Please hurry up and look presentable. One of the silent wonders is here. Hello there, Needless. What an honor this must be for you to finally meet the genius, the legendary, the once-in-a-lifetime intellect, the chronicler, and his cool companion, Lise. Nothing? Quickest counselor of the Third Age, fabled author of 1,000 tomes, binder of the brightest silver of creation. Ugh, what do they teach up there anymore? Oh, this is just a heroic vestige? They should have said that. That's pretty sweet. Moss Mother's Embrace. +5 crit chance on critting. Gain 1 stack of evasive once per turn. Ooh, I like that a lot. We crit pretty often and we do a lot of attacks. Golden Egg again. Frozen Statue. Inflicting the enemy with Frostbite. Inflict Daze. I think I'm going to take this. Evasive means we dodge an attack. We don't know the attack order, but I think dodging attacks is going to be pretty good here. I like that. Glyph Globe just gives us glyphs. Go here, check another heroic vault. I do have 1 vestige slot open. I think it's no question that we take the harder combat. Turn, create a Blight Pulse. So you're the only one doing direct damage to me. It'll only be 1 damage once I get my shield up. These guys are very tanky. Wait, why does everything cost 0? Oh yeah, first binding. Oh, that actually made the Ascension on this Smash pair pretty well, because I would play it for a discount and then keeping a discount if I kill things. This doesn't really kill things on the first turn, or the first action of a turn very often, though. I mean, it might kill them. Nope. Alright, I want to keep doing the same thing. I want to milk mine for all that I can. I'm gonna just like leap over here, start mining. I guess I should have taken advantage of my stealth stacks, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter, does it? Do I have a frostbite synergy here? No. I guess I gotta move to get over to you. Probably hit you once more for free with this crit, then get in range of you. So I'm gonna hit you twice. Got your quillings but no power orbs. Grab this power orb and I'm down to you. This is a sketchy area to jump down to because of all the damage is actually there. I kind of want to get on that side of you. I also want to be near this power orb. Two. Nice, she dropped me another power orb. Oh, I'm supposed to be wiggling my way out of here. That power orb. I can't get all the way out. If I was moving while I was attacking, I would have gotten out. That's a really tedious aspect of this game, by the way. The fact that it works like that. I'm just gonna move over here and end my turn. Because I should have gotten like a free action there. Oh, these are a lot of enemies. Oh, those things make blight pools. Oh my god, look how big the Toxify is. I gotta use this, right? Using this right now gives me 100% damage bonus. For 80%, it gave me all that heat. Absolutely insane. Now these are all toxic, so they inflict stacks of poison on nearby enemies. Does that mean their poison moves onto a nearby enemy? What does inflict stacks of poison? It doesn't say how many. Because that would actually be wild. I could really stack a lot of poison on single targets. Alright, I want to kill this guy for sure. I guess I want to try and kill all the bats if I can. This one's going to be annoying to get to. I also want to just keep mining. So probably leap somewhere over here. Oop, killed you. Can I get out of the blight pool? Yes, I can. I think I'm still close enough to pick that up afterwards. Can I hit two guys with this? Not while in the blight, huh? Yeah, that blight's gonna be annoying. Oh, I can kill you both, or hit you both here. Perfect. Okay, you dropped a power orb. I think I want to pick one of those up. I care about the frostbite. Oh my gosh. Wait a second. These guys all have 120 stacks. Inflict stacks of poison to nearby enemies. It did it to everyone. Wait, that is looking absurd. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna jump down here. I need to grab these power orbs. I don't know if I'm in range of that one. Do I like leap down here, grab the power orb, and then how do I get out of these pools? Maybe I don't. So I'll leap up here. Mine this dude. I guess I should mine the bat as well if I'm going to be hitting this dude. So maybe I'll jump like here. Oh, you die in one hit. That's too bad. Hit all three of these guys. That's insane. Uh-oh. I was kind of relying on me getting an orb while I was over here. Oh, there's my evasive. I'm being hit with a direct attack, dodge instead and lose one stack. Which means I don't even have to worry about this bat. I'm not taking damage from them. Oh hey, another way to counteract it, direct damage. This guy has 480 stacks. Everything's dying next turn. It almost doesn't matter what I do. Now these guys are going to make the field a lot more complicated because they're going to add a bunch of more blight pools, but I think I'm just going to... Who's doing this one? That's you, okay. I don't even have to move out. Oh, you didn't die. Oh shoot, I'm taking damage. Miscalculated. I thought you were dying, but you have 9 health. It was a long fight. Look how many more guys are going to be. Okay, now we finish our mission. Oh, I actually wish I could play Toxify again. I guess I'll settle for this. I can open up with 4 hits. Maybe I should just mine all these guys though. I hit 2 guys here. Oops. I guess I leap onto you. Actually don't want to hit this guy. I want to mine them. Got a power orb here. This guy doing direct damage? Yeah, he's doing 4 damage to me. I get into a position where I'm not standing in blight and I can hit both of you. Doesn't look like it. Can I hit you in the bat? No. In that case... I just smash this guy? Probably. That seems like a good use of... 2 will. This power orb. I guess I am just going to smash as long as the game will let me. Oops. I keep forgetting to make my micro movements. So I could have hit this guy without moving. That's actually really annoying. Grabbing a power orb reset that? Does. Okay, so I guess that works at least. Smash, smash. I think I'm gonna leave this power orb here. Then this guy has to drop an orb for me to get 2 smashes out of him. They did not. Alright, that works. I'm gonna evade so I don't take damage from this guy. I also had shield. Alright. Can I... There we go. I'm not standing in the blight. This looks like the last turn. I think I'm just going to continue milking mine for everything I can. I think there's like no question that we can easily kill all these guys with like 2 leaping strikes or something, which we should be able to do quite easily. So I think we just want to get into a position where I can start mining these guys one at a time. So I'm actually just going to walk over here. Then I'm going to walk over here. Cool. Use all cooldowns by 3. That one's pretty solid, but I still have just such like OP potions, I feel. Alright, Miner's Gloves. +1 ability, power per stack of heat. This is obscene. We are often at max heat, so that's just 100% extra damage when we're at max heat. This one returns, which I actually like now after seeing how bad the pool is when I reroll for like 200 Quillings. Ringleader's Hat, +1 shielding at the start of turn. On being hit, gain 1 will on next turn, once per turn. That's pretty good. That's actually hard for us to take advantage of because we evade now. I'll take the Miner's Gloves. This actually seems obscene. I'm not going to think about it too much. Yeah, inscribe new power. I think this is the one, what we get when we take the power thing. Poison damage could be very good for us now. That's basically a 20% boost in poison damage. Wait, no, it's 5 damage per stack. That poison was 10. It's only 5? Okay. That's why a few battles ago it took forever to kill the one thing. So this is actually a huge boost. I'm just going to grab that, even though I'd like the crit chance a lot. I think we're doing some crazy stuff with poison now that I want to maybe take advantage for very tanky enemies. We get to take a rare augment. Full cost discount on the Toxify. We get this 75 damage Mighty Frost. I think I should go for that. I don't mind paying for Toxify. It's already cheap. Alright, this video is getting quite long. I was hoping we get to the end of this act before maybe taking a break, but I think we stop here. The shop feels like a really good place for us to go. I'm just going to click on that now. We have so much money. And we will figure this out next time. Part 3 of this playthrough, but I'm having a blast here. So this game has a big focus on like building. I was trying to figure out a good term for these kind of games. It's a lot like Hades, where you build up a build over time, making these like smaller decisions. It's kind of like build crafting. It's a lot like building a deck in a deck builder, so I think I might start calling them build builders, which is a little silly but slightly catchy. But yeah, we got some good synergies and shenanigans going on here. Our build's feeling pretty strong. So I'm excited to see what we can do with this next time. Hopefully we can actually kill the boss this time. But I'm going to leave this here for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Take it easy, everyone. Do check out the links in the description below. You can find my Patreon if you want to show some support. Patreon.com/tonehack. You can also join the Discord if you want to engage in the discussion. If any of the stuff I talked about earlier or anything else, me and the rest of the community are there are a pleasure to talk to. Always have a good time in there. And there's other stuff in there, so check out those links. But for now, I'm out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you all next time.